Welcome back to Road Trippin' Texas Museums. Now, our next stop isn't exactly a museum, but it is full of history, music history. We're here at Moody Theater to check out the ACL Live Tour Experience, which is celebrating Austin City Limits, the longest running music series in television history. And I promise you, it's really cool.
Yeah. All right.
Ed, thanks for having me out today. This is such a true taste of an iconic Austin way of life, Austin City Limits. Thanks for having me out today.
Well, thanks for coming, Trevor. And can I just start off by giving you a little shout out? I see you're hiding Willie underneath
That's
there.
right.
And we like to say this is the house that Willie built because we're on Willie Nelson Boulevard, and Willie Nelson is standing at the bottom of our steps greeting you when you come in. And so welcome to ACL Live at the Moody Theater, and welcome to the ACL Tour Experience.
This is very cool, and this is a first ever, brand new. For our folks who are at home, tell us a little bit about the inspiration for this experience.
We just completed a 50th anniversary of Austin City Limits. Austin City Limits is the longest running music television series in history, anywhere on the planet, and it's from right here in Austin, Texas. And ACL Live was created, and it has been a partnership to build a place that Austin can celebrate Austin City Limits, and it's also a place designed with one purpose in mind, to give fans and artists the best place to have a music experience.
And you know, you've got 50 years of music history here with Austin City Limits. It must seem difficult to encapsulate that in an experience, but wow, you've done a great job. Tell us exactly what this tour is.
For our 50th anniversary, we did sit down with our partners here at ACL Live and with Opry Entertainment Group, who have been very successful in some of their other properties, the Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, and they are terrific experiences. And so we had already a bar set for us, and we had a partner who knew exactly how they could help us do justice to 50 years. We meet in our Club 310, which is our small cap concert experience that's on 2nd Street. And we start this tour by giving you a 10-minute overview of really what's happened to ACL in 50 years. So you kind of go all the way back, and starting with Willie Nelson shooting the pilot in 1974. And we bring you all the way up to now, every aspect of what it means to shoot the television show, and we give you deep insight to what it means to run a music venue of this stature. You'll see the green rooms, you'll see the backstage, you'll see the rock stars. We also take you back in the control room where the people, the producers of the ACL TV series work from. We take you through that whole experience. We take you through the 50 years. You can see everybody who's ever played on the show. We have an area on our ACL Hall of Fame. Willie, no surprise, was the first inductee to the ACL Hall of Fame. And 10 years later, we just inducted Garth Brooks this year. But as you can see from this shot, we have beautiful photography by Scott Newton, who's been the photographer of the series since season 5, I believe.
Right. And I know with a vast history and so much to see and learn here, what is it that you are hoping that Austinites and visitors from out of town and around the world will take away from this experience?
People come to Austin because we're the live music capital of the world. And I think what we mean by that is that if you love music, we have enough clubs and musicians going on at any time, on any night in this town. And we believe part of our contribution, Austin City Limits' contribution, has been to help share that with the rest of the country. But we also represent our city, we represent the live music capital, and we want to send people back to London or wherever they're from. Whenever they come in here, we want to send them home talking about how cool Austin is, and we feel privileged to be a part of the story.
Yeah, I feel privileged to be a part of it too. All right, take me out to see some of your spots. How
All right,
about we
let's
go?
go. Let's do it.
Wow, so I guess this is where the other magic happens for Austin City Limits.
Yeah, Trevor, welcome to Mission Control.
Yes.
This is the beating heart of the Austin City Limits television production. This is the room where our director, our producers talk to the camera operators on the floor, and we direct the production of Austin City Limits from this room.
And you have this beautiful film that projects on the very glass of the control room that kind of tells the story of the art of making this show.
We thought it would be apropos and important for us to share the creative process of how the show is built. And so we kind of call this loosely a day in the life of Austin City Limits. But what it really is a section where we capture our crew at work. There's really science and art that go behind the scenes to build this. And so we also get to see in this experience what it feels like to be the artist.
Yeah.
We get to see their rehearsal. We get to see them engage with the crew, talking about how to best present their work.
I mean, so much talent has gone into producing 50 seasons of the show. And speaking of, you have a really great timeline of the seasons that I cannot wait to see. Wow, Ed, you talked about how difficult the task of getting 50 years of music history into one timeline, but wow, have you done it, and so well. This is amazing.
Yeah, and you know, this is the skyline, by the way. It's hard to see from the vantage point, but this whole installation is a representation of the historic ACL skyline that you see when you behind the stage.
Yeah.
That's a signature look of the show.
Frost Tower right
We
there,
have
yeah.
captured all the artists who performed on the show, going all the way back to season 1. I see people come in here. Diversity is a hallmark of this show. We are genre agnostic. Anything goes here, and we're waiting for the next big thing.
I love that. It really is an incredible way to connect through music and 50 years of history, going all the way back to the original Willie Nelson. I mean, who'd have thought that all the way back then in 1974, we'd be standing here today celebrating this incredible experience?
Yeah, well, you know, we taped Willie 50 years to the date that he taped the pilot, October 17th, 2024.
That gives me the chance.
And you know what Willie said when he opened the show and what he said when he closed the show? Here's to Austin City Limits 50 year, here's to another 50.
Yes, at least, right? Ed, thank you so much for taking us through this journey. Friends at home, we've given you a bit of a taste of this, a tease, but you just have no idea the scope and scale of this music history until you come see it for yourself. Ed, how do they do that?
Well, we give 5 tours a day, 7 days a week during the day. It's acllive.com/tours. It's $20 a head to come through here. Children 12 and under are free. We're looking forward to doing it. We're looking forward to groups.
Many more to come. Ed, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. This was really cool.
Appreciate having you here. Thanks.
All aboard! The Road Trippin' Express is chugging along toward our last stop at the Williamson Museum, where they are full steam ahead with hands-on historical learning. That's coming up. Don't go anywhere.